This is Big 12 Now on ESPN+. Today from the heart of Texas, Waco, Texas, it's 8th-ranked Baylor hosting the Nicholls Colonels. And hi, everybody. Good morning to you. Welcome inside the Farrell Center in Waco. John Morris alongside former Baylor standout King McClure. There is a large group of elementary kids that are here today. This is our annual I'm Going to College Day. That explains the early start. But King, for the Bears, this is a tough matchup today against Nicholls, the defending Southland Conference champs, led by Ty Gordon.
John, this is not your average, typical quote-unquote bye game. This team is old, they're experienced, not afraid of this moment. Ty Gordon can absolutely hoop, one of the most underrated guards in the country. Don't get it twisted. This guy's ready to compete.
Bears coming off their season-opening win Friday over Incarnate Word, 87-60. Got a new look at some of the new faces for Baylor, including freshman Kendall Brown.
Kendall Brown showed his athleticism, showed what he can do on the defensive end on Friday. Let's see if it can translate, if he can continue and put back-to-back games together.
Bears winners on Friday, game 2 of the new season. Bears will play 3 games in less than a week to open the new season. Here are the Bears in the home white coming out on the floor. Kendall Brown there, and for the Bears, Adam Flagler to start. James Akinjo, the transfer from Arizona. Matt Meyer and Flo Thamba also in the starting lineup. So here we go. You'll hear the crowd, the screams of these elementary kids who love being on the Baylor campus as the game progresses this morning. Tip controlled by Baylor. We are underway. James Akinjo with the ball for the Bears. Gives to Matt Meyer. See 4 guards for the most part. 4 guards and Ty Gordon most of the day. Nice pass underneath. Kendall Brown with the flush.
This is one of those things. Baylor has to come out from the jump and jump on these guys. They can't start slow like they did last game because the team is old and experienced. If they do, that's how you get yourselves in trouble.
Nicholls, there's their starters. Ty Gordon, Pierce Spencer, Latrell Jones, Devontae Carter, and Raji Lyons. Jumper in the paint, rolls off, no good. Matt Meyer with the rebound. That was Devontae Carter with the shot. Bears have it back up 2-0 on Nicholls, just underway. Nicholls, the defending Southland Conference champions and picked to win the league again this year. Floater, right baseline is good by Adam Flagler.
It's a good ball movement from the Bears right there. A great one more swing from Akinjo to Flag.
In the paint, Carter can't connect again. Here's Kendall Brown, brings it up himself. Kicks into the corner. Myers' 3 is no good, but well, I thought we had a whistle, but there was not. So ball lost out of bounds, will stay with Baylor. Here is the coach for the Nicholls Colonels. That is Austin Claunch in his 4th season, 2nd youngest coach in all of college basketball. He'll be 32 this week, this Wednesday. He'll celebrate his 32nd birthday. He's done some really good things with the Nicholls program. Underneath, strong move to the hoop by Flo Thamba for 2. Here's a jump to a 6-0 lead, first minute and a half of this game today. There's Ty Gordon on the perimeter, 5th-year senior, Tunica, Mississippi. And first bucket of the day for the Colonels, Ty Gordon. 6-3 our score, 2 minutes in first half. There's Flagler on the perimeter. King, what about going back to Friday night? What did you like best about Baylor in that season opener?
I really like the versatility of the freshmen. When you look at Jeremy Sohan, you look at Kendall Brown, it's their length on the perimeter. I mean, it's different than what we've seen in the past few years. But the length, and you see the dunk right there, the length of the freshmen provides a versatility on defense that we haven't seen in a long time.
So Latrell Jones dunked it on the breakaway. It's a 1-point game now, 6-5, Baylor on top.
John, this is going to be a good game. I'm calling it right now. This is going to be a good game. You know why? Because this team right here, they're old. They're not worried about getting down. They're not worried about being down by 10 early. They know that it's a long game, and they will continue to get better as the game goes by, and it's a game of runs.
Yeah, I don't doubt that one bit. Scott Drew on the other sideline, his 19th season, of course, led the Bears to the national championship last year. Baylor has now made 9 NCAA tournament appearances under Coach Drew. A couple of Elite Eights in there, actually now 3 Elite Eights, including last year's run to the championship in Indianapolis. There's that staff for the Bears. Lone Tang, Alvin Brooks, John Jacobs, Bill Peterson. Bears inbounding, and Matt Meyer nails the triple from the left wing. Bears up their lead to 9-5 over Nicholls 3 minutes in. Here's a three right side, and the answer from Pierce Spencer.
That looked pretty when it left his hand. I knew that was cash as soon as I saw it leave his fingers.
Spencer, a Texan on the roster. He's from Porter, Texas. 6'3", 175-pound sophomore. Meyer breaks free underneath for the easy bank-in basket. Bears go back up by 3, 11-8. It's the challenge, King, for Baylor facing pretty much 4 guards today.
The fact that the 4-man, Matt, is going to have to be able to guard in the perimeter. Like, I think the freshmen will definitely play a huge role in this game because of their length and their versatility, as we talked about earlier. And they're 6'8", and they can move like they're 6'4". So I think that right there is going to help and give Baylor an advantage because they can put the length on the smaller guards.
Jeremy Sohan on the floor for the first time today. Sohan, another of those new faces for the Bears. And who else? Jonathan Chumwa-Chachua comes off the bench as well. Runner, left baseline, shot no good. Chachua makes his presence felt really quickly with that rebound. Up the floor in a hurry. Brown kicks to the corner. Flagler's three is good, or L.J. Cryer's three is good.
John, it's the second time I've seen Kendall Brown come in transition, be able to make the right pass, kick out. A lot of freshmen cannot make that play because they try to force something.
It's a traveling call, and it'll get us to a timeout. 15:59 to play, first half. This is a dandy matchup for a matinee in the Farrell Center in Waco. Baylor with the 6-point lead early. Kendall Brown, the assist to Cryer. Early 14-8 lead for the Bears, and Baylor in their season opener, we told you on Monday, beat Incarnate Word 87-60. King, I asked you what you liked, what you were impressed with. How about the balance in the scoring for the Bears on Friday?
Yeah, I mean, you see a lot of new faces here in new roles. Not just the freshmen, but L.J. Cryer, Matthew Meyer, 2 guys who came off the bench last year for Baylor. Now they have to be forced to produce game in, game out. If they don't produce, Baylor does not win. That's a different role than they were in last year. Last year they didn't produce so much. But now they're the main guys. Can they accept that role and thrive in it?
There's ball coming out of the timeout, leading 14-8 over Nicholls. Ooh, nice pass. Kendall Brown, the underhand dish to Jonathan Chumwa-Chachua.
Listen, I keep saying it. He reminds me of Mark Vital. It looks different body shapes and everything, but he reminds me so much of Mark Vital the way he plays.
16-8, Bears with the lead. 15:32 on the clock. First half here in the Farrell Center. Glad you're with us wherever you're watching this morning. Appreciate Derek Haas tuning in today. It's a morning game here. Derek, if you're in California, it's really a morning game for you. Look at that pass. That was a beauty.
Kendall Brown, the ability to be able to find people, take his time, not force anything up, find people.
Jeremy Sohan, his first foul. Drive, layup, no. Ball out of bounds and over to Baylor. Manny Littles is on the floor for Nicholls, 6'7" senior. It's be interesting. They've got a Manny Littles and they've got an Emmanuel Little on the team. That was Manny, number 22 there. And that is Pierce Spencer going to the Nicholls bench. 7-0 run for the Bears. They've hit their last 4 shots over the last minute and a half to build the lead to 16-8. There's out rebounding Nicholls quite definitively here in the early going, 7-1. Sohan has the ball in the right-hand corner. Across the paint, tried to feed Kendall Brown. Ball knocked away. Will stay with Baylor. Newcomers on the Baylor team, a ton of newcomers on the Nicholls roster as well. 7 transfers, 10 newcomers in all, 4 starters back, or 4 returners back. They lost 4 of their top 5 scorers from that Southland Conference championship team a year ago. So Coach Clunch not shy about bringing in some new guys. Inbounds to Flagler. He beats the shot clock with the 3.
That's a big shot right there.
Knew where the clock was. Got that pass, got the inbounds, and put it up immediately. It'll be a blocking foul on Jonathan Chumwa-Chachua as the Bears are now on a 10-0 run. Build the lead to 11. First personal on Chachua, second team foul on the Bears. And Nicholls inbounds. Gets the ball inbounds to Raji Lyons. Big man, 6'11", 280-pound senior, fifth-year senior from Slidell, Louisiana. There's Lyons with the foul on the perimeter. What's that big guy doing out there on Flagler?
Trying to hard hedge.
Yeah. Picks up his second personal foul on Lyons. That would be an issue if he gets in foul trouble.
That's the thing about this Nicholls team. Their first 5 is really good. However, when they go to their bench, it's kind of a little bit of a drop-off. So can these guys play a whole 40-minute game to be able to compete at a high level against this Baylor team?
Nicholls brings it up. They are 3-0 on the season. Couple of wins over lower classification opponents, but 3-0 nonetheless. Ball goes out of bounds. Last touched by Nicholls. Will stay with the Bears to inbound in front of their bench. Manny Littles is back on. Emmanuel Little is out there, 6'6", fifth-year senior from Indianapolis. And to work around the defense of Baylor's L.J. Cryer, and Cryer picks up his first foul. Energy level seems pretty good for an 11 a.m. start.
Yeah.
Right?
That's the #1 thing Coach Drew's always concerned about. You know, we're going to come out here with energy. But they got up at 7:30 this morning. So they obviously have to be up.
That is sometimes a concern, though, isn't it, when you play at 11 a.m. for a college student?
For sure. That was probably one of the hardest games I'd have to play, when I had to wake up at 6 a.m. just to be ready to play at 10.
Right, right. Nicholls with possession of the ball, trailing Baylor 19-8. On the perimeter, a reach-in foul on Matt Meyer. That is his first of the day. There's Cryer and Flagler, Sohan, Jonathan Chumwa-Chachua, and Matt Meyer, the 5 on the floor. They're trying to get to 2-0 on the season. If they can win today, they'll play again on Wednesday against Central Arkansas. Central Arkansas, former Southland Conference member. Well, that league has gone through some changes.
For real.
There's a 3 by Manny Littles, senior from Lynette, Alabama. Baylor answers with a 3 by L.J. Cryer. Cryer the bucket, saved by Nicholls, keeps it inbounds. Bears by 11, 22-11. Good pressure there. He threw. Nope, saved it bounds.
Oh,
wow. Ball over the floor. Now it's knocked away. Here comes Sohan leading the break to Cryer. Layup. Good, and a foul. Bears in transition get the bucket and a chance at a three-point play.
Nicholls' transition defense must get better if they want any chance to win. They just gave up 3 to L.J. Cryer. Now L.J. Cryer coming, easy layup and 1. If you're going to foul him, make sure he doesn't make the bucket. But the transition defense must get better.
How about Cryer? He didn't back off one bit on that drive to the bucket.
No, it's an area he's definitely gotten better in. He's put a lot of emphasis on that this offseason, being able to drive and not just be labeled as a shooter, being able to put the ball on the floor and create.
guys like Cryer and Flagler, a lot of focus on them, obviously, at the guard position. But look what Baylor lost from last year's team, the national champions, Davion Mitchell, Jared Butler, Maceo Teague, and then Mark Vidal as well. That is a lot of productivity to replace. And it sure looks like Baylor, you know, those guys in one sense are irreplaceable in the hearts of Baylor fans. But on the floor, Baylor's got some good guys that just pick up the mantle and run with it.
So for me, I'm not really worried about the offensive production. Like, yeah, they scored a lot of points. But for me, it's more so the defensive production. What Baylor was able to do on the defensive end last year was absolutely special. Davion Mitchell was a generational guard as far as defense-wise. So who is going to be that new Davion Mitchell as far as be the team leader on defense, be the anchor on defense? I don't know if they figured it out yet. I don't know if they have an answer for it.
L.J. Cryer rolls in the free throw to complete the three-point play, and the Bears have their biggest lead of the day, 25-11 over Nicholls. Pass along the baseline. Good hustle there trying to save the ball. Can't do it. Will stay with Nicholls. 12:51 on the clock, first half. I really like the energy of this team here with the early start on a Monday.
Tough shot.
Little step back, 18-footer. That one is good by Ty Gordon.
Nicholls is down right now, but I keep saying it. I think they're going to stay in this ball game because they're older and more mature. They've been in battles like this. They know how college basketball works. It's a long game.
Ty Gordon, the transfer from Troy. There's a steal on the perimeter and a dunk at the other end. And no foul. He just had that momentum going. Latrell Jones did. Gets up. He's all right. He took a tumble, didn't he?
Oh, man.
Flagler to Sohan for three. Left it short. Flagler the rebound. Scoops it up. No good. Sohan was looking for that follow-up windmill. Didn't get it. And the ball will stay with the Bears. Their end of the floor.
Oh, in traffic. Normally we don't see Air John. We normally see Air John the one dunking on the people. But right there, impressive finish from Latrell Jones.
Bears inbounding. James Akinjo drops it into Flo Thamba. Akinjo to Flagler. To Kendall Brown. The extra pass to Flo Thamba for an easy two.
Another great pass from Kendall Brown. It has to be his fourth assist, at least that I can remember.
A little travel in there as Latrell Jones lost his footing. That'll turn it over to the Bears. Baylor ball when we come back. Hot shooting by the Bears to start, leading 27-15 over the visitors from Thibodaux.
All right.
Baylor with the 12-point lead first half here in the Farrell Center, hosting the Nicholls Colonels. We talked about Baylor's productivity they have to replace this year. How about Coach Claunch and Nicholls? That's what they lost from last year. 66% of their minutes, their points, 67% of their rebounds, 63% of their assists. So that's the goal. Pretty much almost a total rebound for the team. Ty Gordon was their leading scorer last year. Around him, everybody else is new.
Yeah, that's a lot of production that you lost. But however, it says a lot about your team and the players that you have coming in if they're still picked to win the conference.
And this is really 2 years in a row to be in that situation. They lost 65.6% of their scoring 2 years ago after that team, and all they did was go 18-7 and win the league at 14-2. So Coach Claunch has that formula, it appears, of replacing lost productivity. There's a miss by Flagler, but he got his miss, comes back around and puts it in. So he's got that bandage on his left hand protecting, he broke a bone in his hand. The lower part of his hand, his non-shooting hand, kind of tugs at that a little bit, but he says there's nothing to it. He says he's fine, and I think he just doesn't even try to think about it when he's out there.
Yeah, I mean, it's on his non-shooting hand, so it's one thing if it was on your shooting hand, then you probably think about it more. But since it's on the other one, he'll be all right.
That's it. Rub a little dirt on that. You're going to be okay.
He'll be okay.
But he does have it bandaged, and there's a little bit of a splint in there to protect it early in the season. Matt Meyer, the head fake, up and in with the three-pointer.
Honestly, these last two possessions on defense for Nicholls have been great possessions on defense. They've held them down to under 5, and it's just been 2 tough shots. Baylor's making shots, so now that's why you see this, the lead 32-15. But it has been pretty good defense on the other end by Nicholls.
Biggest lead of the half for the Bears at 32-15. Ball finds its way into the hands of Latrell Jones, and a charge is drawn by James Akinjo. So James, the transfer from Arizona, he comes here and he figures out, hey, I got to play defense to get some minutes. I think he's figuring that out.
Well, they work on this every single day. If they drop their shoulder and they hit you dead in the chest, fall and yell, you'll get the call about 95% of the time.
Saw the coaches react on the bench there to that charge drawn. Drive by Akinjo, rolls off, no good. Fight for the rebound. Bears have it surrounded. Matt Meyer the follow and can't put it in. Bears on a 7-0 run over the last 2 minutes, 10 seconds. Build the lead to 17.
A smart, good pullout right there. They did not have the numbers in transition. Good pullout. Charge.
Drive by Gordon. That's going to be a foul on Baylor.
Oh.
You thought a charge was coming.
Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that one.
Let's take another look at it.
Let's see if he was set. Good move. Oh, he's set. He's set. He's in the stance. Feet are outside the charge circle. This is a bad call by, maybe moved a little bit. Nah, I'm still saying that's a charge. Feet are outside the charge circle. He was stationary for the most part. I think it's a charge.
And they called the foul on Flagler from behind, not
okay.
Big Flow.
But that makes more sense.
Yeah.
If it was on Flow, that's a charge.
Yeah. So Nicholls ball. Ty Gordon drives in as the ball batted away and stolen. Bears the takeaway. Akinjo on the run up the center of the floor. Akinjo drives in. He goes down. Ball lost out of bounds.
That's a lot of contact right there. No call.
James Akinjo, all Pac-12 during his time at Arizona. Our officials today, good crew, veteran crew, Gary Maxwell, Byron Jarrett, and Brett Smith. There's a drive, got by the defender, laid it up, just missed the shot.
That was a great move. Those are the ones you got to make, though.
Devontae Carter with that one. There's Kendall Brown all the way under the bucket, fires it back in. Thamba, good hands to get that pass and put it in.
Kendall Brown with another assist right there. A man's on track for a double-double.
He's got 6 assists here in the first half. Jumper baseline, that's an air ball by Pierce Spencer. Akinjo pull up 3 and transition is no good. Gordon flies in to get the rebound. Ty Gordon, Southland Conference preseason player of the year. Gives the ball away to Manny Littles. Now back outside to Carter and they reset. Into the corner for a 3 by Spencer. It's no good. And fighting for the rebound, a foul is called on Manny Littles. Flo Thamba holding his ground on that end. How about his play and his hands at the other end for that bucket?
Right here, good push ahead in transition. Kendall Brown finding Flo Thamba. Kendall Brown doing what Kendall Brown does, his vision. To be able to avoid the charge, find Flo for the easy dump off. Quick 2 points.
6 points for Thamba in the first half. 7 assists by Kendall Brown. Bears lead it big. Jeremy Sohan left open. Nice, smooth little three-pointer. First points of the day for Sohan, the freshman. Bears on a 12-0 run, lead it 37-15 over Nicholls. From inside the Farrell Center, the Paul J. Meyer Arena in Waco, home of the national champion Baylor Bears. Told our producer, Davis Deloach, we need to make that a staple. We got to show that banner, King, every chance we get, right?
Facts. Come out of every break with the banner every single time.
Every break. There's new AP polls out for the week here on a Monday morning. Baylor drops a spot to number 9 in the AP poll. Duke moves ahead of the Bears. Long season ahead. Number 9 is where the Bears are right now. Leading Nicholls big here, 37-15, 7:44 on the clock, first half. Nicholls possession of the ball coming out of the timeout. Bears will play again on Wednesday against Central Arkansas. The Stanford Cardinal come in here on Saturday for a noon game. Bears harassing defensively. Kendall Brown comes away with it. Layup, no, just off the rim and no good. Rebound by Mekhi Collins, the freshman from Baton Rouge. Drive, little push off in there, but a foul is called. Foul is called on Baylor's L.J. Cryer. No, I'm sorry, it's on Kendall Brown. 16 foul on the Bears. Nicholls inbound, Sohan defensively. Shot no good. Everyday Jonathan Chumwa with the rebound.
Nicholls just can't buy a bucket right now. They're getting decent shots. They just can't put them in.
There's some harassing defense by Nicholls, and Emmanuel Little is whistled for the fouls. He dives on top of Adam Flagler. Flagler's going to go out. You see that left hand is taped there, had a broken bone in the bottom part of his hand. It's part of the situation preseason, wasn't it, with Flagler slowed. Langston Love went out. Here's Dale Bonner on for the first time today. Kendall Brown was working through a groin injury. Just didn't have a lot of practice time with everybody available to work through the rotations and the chemistry.
It'll definitely make a coach nervous. Starting your season in like 2 weeks and everybody, your team is just dropping out like flies.
Sohan jumper is no good. Ball goes over to Nicholls. Colonels basketball. Here is the new Associated Press poll. I think we're the first broadcast to get it out today, right? With the 11 a.m. start. Gonzaga beat Texas on Saturday. That matchup of top 5 schools. Gonzaga won that one by 12. UCLA at 2. Kansas from the Big 12 at 3. Michigan, Villanova, Purdue, Duke, Texas at 8. Baylor at 9. Illinois at 10. Drive by Matt Meyer. Good strong move on the right baseline.
Matt Meyer's been very impressive today. Just his ability to make shots. You know he's going to do that. But his ability to drive to the rim, find people when he does drive, he's definitely growing and maturing in his game.
Bears up 39-18. Jumper baseline right, no good by Emmanuel Little. Here comes Meyer, brings it up. Meyer runner right side, too strong. Chachua with the rebound for the Bears. Ball knocked away by Emmanuel Little. Pass up the floor. Nicholls looking to run, but got ahead of himself there and traveled.
Yeah, you definitely traveled.
Collins sped up a little bit. Meyer goes to the bench. James Akinjo is back on. We mentioned Dale Bonner out there. Bonner, a 6'2", 170-pound junior from Shaker Heights, Ohio. And another of the transfers to Baylor this year.
Good one.
Cryer a 3. On the assist from Bonner, it's good.
That was a great basket, great play right there. Akinjo able to hit the skip pass. One more to L.J. Cryer, who was shooting phenomenally this season.
All lost into the Baylor bench area. Turnover, Nicholls.
Good one more. Good shot to a better shot right there. Dale Bonner could have shot that, but he decided to hit the one more for his teammate. That's great team basketball. Just right there again.
Again, good crisp passing. The open man is Akinjo. Misses on the 3 from the corner. Cryer leads all scorers right now. 12 points. He's 3 of 4 from three-point range. Bonner, the transfer from Fairmont State. Akinjo, Cryer in the corner. Shot is no good. And the ball knocked around and goes over to Nicholls. With 4:47 on the clock, first half. Look into the Nicholls bench. Latrell Jones seated there. Coach Clonks calls him the best athlete they have on the team, on the roster. Transfer from Portland. Jonathan Chumwa-Chachua goes to the Baylor bench. Lothamba back on for the Bears, leading 42-18. Baylor playing really well, King, to have this kind of lead at this point in the game over a good team like Nicholls.
Doing a great job of taking away the #1 option, Ty Gordon. Every time he gets the ball, he's forcing it to the baseline, forcing it to the left, and taking away his right side, because when he gets to his right hand, he's very, very elite and very hard to stop.
There's a foul on Baylor's L.J. Cryer. Well, we both thought this would be a really tight, close game. It still could be.
It still
a long way to go.
College basketball, 40 minutes is a very long time. It could be, but right now it's not looking like it.
Shooting free throws for Nicholls is Caleb Huffman, a senior from Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. The last foul was on Kendall Brown, not on Flagler. Missed it left. 42-19 our score. 4:25 to play, first half. There's James Akinjo. Kendall Brown on the baseline, the extra pass to Thamba. Bonner drives, dishes, Thamba up, no good. Brown the tip, no good. Ball lost out of bounds.
That was a great offensive possession. Maybe a little too unselfish, honestly.
Yeah, that sounds strange to say, but that can happen sometimes.
No,
right?
It really can happen. Somebody has to shoot the ball. If not,
Right.
you end up with a missed shot. You end up with a tougher shot than what you had.
Look at the rebounding numbers. Baylor out-rebounding Nicholls 23-7 right now.
I think that's the biggest difference in the game. I mean, they dominate on the rebounds, and Nicholls is getting the shots they want. They're just not putting them in.
Flagler can't hit from three-point range. Nicholls, Ty Gordon running up the floor. Akinjo steps in, knocks the ball away. Timeout on the floor. Bears lead big first half.
Baylor making it rain in the Farrell Center, dropping threes from everywhere. Matt Meyer then hit 2. Everybody's contributing. L.J. Cryer has hit a couple. You're not going to beat this team if you let him shoot 47 from the 3. It's a very high percentage, almost 50%. Can't win that way. If Nicholls wants any chance to get back in this game, they must shut down the three-point line.
Threes have helped Baylor to a big lead here in the first half, 42-19 over Nicholls. Glad you're with us on this Monday morning. John Morris, King McClure, and our Baylor Vision crew. This is a tough ask for some of our crew members here. It's a school day for some people, but our Baylor Vision crew is doing an outstanding job, so thanks to them. Put his shoulder down, that's going to be a charge. Flo Thamba draws the charge. Raji Lyons guilty of that. Some of the students, elementary school students that are in the crowd today. This is I'm Going to College Day, and an estimated 3,500 elementary students from 14 different elementary schools in the area are our guests for the game today. That's the 11 a.m. Central Time tip-off. Well, they are pouring in by the busloads, too. See all the buses out there?
There's a lot of them.
Yes. That's an energetic group. Akinjo to the free throw line. It's left to Flagler, tried to pass it out over the head of Meyer. That'll lead to a dunk at the other end by Pierce Spencer. Turnover Bears. Easy bucket for the Colonels.
One thing the Bears cannot do with this team is relax. If they relax, this team will get right back in this game, and they'll start getting confident, and before you know it, it'll be a single-digit game. So they have to continue to put their foot on the gas.
Now, this is a team that Nicholls led LSU at halftime of a scrimmage game. That was just a closed scrimmage this year. Flagler outside. Shot no good. Team that beat Pitt last year in Nicholls. Again, a team of veterans that has won a lot of games the last few years.
Yeah.
14-2 in conference last year.
They're used to winning.
Kendall Brown all the way for the layup.
Very impressive finish, very tough.
So Brown through some traffic there, took it all the way. 44-21, Baylor on top. Final 2:15 of the first half. Runner no good, rebound, Flagler, he's down, he slipped down. Oh man. His leg slipped out from under him. And being helped up, that's a good sign that he's up. Dave Snyder was set to go out there and check on him. That was an awkward slip to the floor, wasn't it?
Yeah, that didn't look good.
Another look. Yeah, that right leg. Ugh.
That doesn't look good.
Now he's going to go out, and Dave Snyder will check it out. Hopefully it's nothing serious.
Yeah, I hope he's okay.
Cryer back on for the Bears as Flagler goes to the bench. James Akinjo brings it up. Akinjo actually played more minutes than any other player on Friday. Played just under 30 minutes of that game. Kendall Brown to Meyer. Meyer in transition with the bucket. Breaking down the middle of the lane and hitting the shot that puts Baylor up 46-23. And a steal. Cryer with the steal for the Bears to Akinjo. Alley-oop to Kendall Brown. Beautiful play in transition there. Bears get to 48 points in the first half. .113 and counting. Really good defense by the Bears as well. Their offense, led by that three-point shooting, has been on point. I think the defense by Baylor has been really solid here in the first half.
Yeah, the defense has been a step up from what we saw last game. Last game, it started off really slow. You see the oop right here, high-flying Kendall Brown. I think it kind of starts with Kendall Brown. He's one of the defensive leaders. Earlier, we talked about, do they have a defensive leader? They don't have a Davion Mitchell anymore. They don't have a Jared Butler or a Maceo Teagan. What those guys did for them defensively was arguably bigger than what they did offensively. So who will be that leader? And I think Kendall Brown could be that. But their defense is definitely taking a step forward from the last game.
Gordon completes the three-point play, makes it 48-25. Baylor on top, 104 to go first half. Jeremy Sohan is on as Kendall Brown goes to the Baylor bench. Akinjo mid-range jumper, no good. Fight for the rebound, that is pulled down by Manny Littles of Nicholls. Ty Gordon, long range three. Yeah, he didn't hesitate one bit, hitting that from long three. Makes it 48-28 Bears, now 30 seconds to go before halftime. 8 seconds difference in the two clocks. Akinjo dribbling outside. Check there by Caleb Huffman. Now 10 to shoot for the Bears. Akinjo. Gives the ball to Meyer on a three. No good, too strong. 9 seconds to go before halftime. Here's Gordon again, brings it up. He is fouled. Foul on L.J. Cryer. Stops the clock with 6.3 seconds to go in the half. Second personal on Cryer. Ty Gordon goes to the free throw line for Nicholls.
You see, in this situation, John, Coach Drew is a little upset. He's going to go into halftime a little bit upset because they had the ball with about 37 seconds left, and the clock doesn't stop. So they could have rolled it out. Had the last shot, but instead you gave Nicholls a chance to maybe score. They didn't. They got lucky. Fortunate for the Baylor Bears.
Sohan misses a three at the buzzer, and we reach halftime here in the Farrell Center. Solid first half by the now 9th-ranked Bears, up by 20 over Nicholls at the half. 48-28, Baylor leads Nicholls as we get set to begin the second half here in the Farrell Center. King, let's take a look at some of the first half highlights.
Well, Baylor, 18 assists, but sometimes they've been a little bit too unselfish. Right there, Matt Meyer growing in his game, being able to pass. Adam Flagler shooting the three, but right here, that turnover, a little too unselfish on the offensive end sometimes. Tough shot right here by Matt Meyer. Ability to make shots, that's what he does. Right there, another time where they were a little bit too unselfish, but the easy run out by Nicholls. We're gonna see what happens in the second half, John. Can Baylor continue to put their foot on the gas and keep going, or can this Nicholls team fight back?
I think there's a lot of fight in Nicholls. I think we'll see that here in the second half. Bears played really well in the first half, and that's probably one of the things Coach Drew mentioned in the locker room is, hey, this is a veteran team. These guys have been down by 20 before on the road. They will know how to respond to it.
There's no quitting this team. I mean, older guys, they've been through it. Like you said, they know what it feels to be down at this moment. They're not afraid of the scene, not afraid to be in this arena. I think these guys will put up a fight to come back.
Comparison to the first game of the season, Baylor versus Incarnate Word, to today against Nicholls. Points, field goal percentage, rebounds, big difference there by Baylor, and three-point shooting. Remember the game against Incarnate Word, Baylor missed their first 7 three-point attempts from the floor. Came on nicely to win that game 87-60 over Incarnate Word. So we're ready for the second 20 minutes of this game coming up. Matt Meyer leads the Bears onto the floor. They'll have the ball first as we begin the second half in Waco. Told you Baylor will next play on Wednesday at home against Central Arkansas. Nicholls goes and plays at TCU coming up on Thursday evening. And the Bears turn it over, their first possession of the second half.
It was open. The backdoor cut was definitely open, and it probably would have been another slam for Kendall Brown.
So Nicholls has possession of the ball. Colonels shot 37% in the first half. They hit 5 of 9 three-pointers themselves. Really good 56%. A drive, went for the dunk. Didn't get it, but a foul. Latrell Jones.
Latrell Jones is an athlete for real.
He saw that right there. Didn't get the bucket, does get 2 free throws.
Just the fact that he would try to attempt this on 2 defenders, on Matt Meyer and Kendall Brown. Wow.
See who they called that foul on. Could have been on either of those 2. First free throw is no good by Jones.
What's more impressive is that he's a right-hand player, and he tried that with his left hand. And even on the other end, when he dunked on John, he jumped off his right foot. That's very impressive for him to be able to jump off the right foot, try to dunk with the left. And he's a right-handed player. You don't see that too many times.
But he misses both free throws, so Baylor has the ball back. Still leading by 20, 48-28. Bears on top, just underway, second half here in the Farrell Center. And Meyer has the ball stripped away by Pierce Spencer. Up the floor, off balance shot, no good, but a foul. Devontae Carter will go to the free throw line.
I know Coach Drew's not happy about this opening to the second half. You got 2 turnovers in 3 possessions. It's not what you want to do. It kind of seems like they're relaxing a little bit. They need to make their free throws and capitalize Nicholls State, but I know Coach Drew is not happy with this opening.
Carter, a transfer from Norfolk State. 6'3" super senior here with Nicholls. Averaged just under 15 points. 5 rebounds, 4 assists per game last year. And missed the free throw, the second one. 1 of 2 there makes it 48-29. James Akinjo gives the ball to Meyer on the left wing. Into the paint. Nice.
Hold on. Wait a
minute. Down. Wow. Assist Matthew Meyer. Kendall Brown the bucket. And then Nicholls turns the ball over as they get set to inbound. Hello, Kendall Brown.
Oh, my. Kendall Brown, we talk about the athleticism. Oh, my goodness. First off, look at the pass from Matt Meyer, being able to find Kendall, cut it. Wow. That is NBA athleticism, people. NBA athleticism.
And Nicholls turned it over, just inbounding the ball after that dunk, so the Bears have it right back, leading 50-29. Akinjo to Flagler, drives, passes off the hands of Flo Thamba, turnover Bears.
Flagler has to shoot that. He has to get the layup. He was right there, being a little too unselfish again.
I think Flo thought he was going to shoot that. He was in rebounding position. Whistle away from the ball. It's going to be on Baylor's Matthew Meyer. Foul number 3 on the day on Meyer. He'll go to the bench. Jeremy Sohan is back on. Nice to hear from him at halftime, getting to know Jeremy Sohan.
Man, you can't keep calling that. That's a horrible call. I just got to throw it out there. That's horrible. I think that's absolutely terrible. I mean, it worked, but that's terrible. You can't keep calling those soft charge fouls in the paint like that. Like, look, he barely touched my guy. You're 6'11". Like, stop flopping like that. That's horrible.
It's a charge.
It's a
Brett
charge.
Smith said it's a charge.
That's horrible. You can't keep calling those fouls. That ruins the game of basketball.
And that's 4 personals on Raji Lyons. No, 3 on Raji Lyons. Bears have the ball back, up 50-29. Akinjo. Oh, nice pass. Sohan with the dunk. James Akinjo with a beautiful dime. 52-29 is the Baylor lead.
Good pass. Oh, good
Ball stripped away. Going up for the dunk was Latrell Jones, stripped away by Akinjo. At the other end, Flagler's 3 off the mark. Flo Thamba the rebound. Sohan open for 3, and it's good. Nicholls at the other end quickly. Raji Lyons beats everybody down the floor and gets the short basket. Makes it 55-31. Bears. Just about 3 minutes into the second half. Ball out of bounds off the hand of Lyons. He's going to go to the bench. Manny Littles is back on.
Good kick out there from Flo Thamba. Second shot sometimes hurt worse than the first shot. You have to block out. That's where Baylor has dominated today's game.
Baylor at 40% now, shooting threes, 8 of 20 on the day. Here's Akinjo running the point for the Bears. Drive, scoop layup. That one is no good. Jonathan Chumwa-Chachua is back on for Baylor. Sohan goes to the bench. Nope, Sohan's still out there. Flo Thamba went to the bench. Foul on Kendall Brown. That is his 3rd of the day. 4th team foul on Baylor this half. Nicholls puts it back in play. Wheeling around Chachua. Shot no good. Tie up on that ball. And on the alternate possession, it stays with Nicholls. Nicholls from the Southland Conference. Coach Austin Clonch there in his 4th season. 2nd youngest coach in Division I basketball. Was the youngest last year. There's trivia for you. Who's now the youngest? There's a Big 12 tie to it.
Really?
Yes. Think Loyola Chicago. Okay, here's the answer.
Yeah, I need the
Porter
answer.
Mosier was there. He's now the head coach at Oklahoma.
Yep, I need the answer.
And the man who replaced him is Drew Valentine. who is now the youngest coach in Division I basketball at age 30.
Oh, okay.
That's a roundabout way.
Yeah, okay.
Say there's a Big 12 tie. But there is, with Porter Mosier leaving Loyola Chicago. But all that to say that Austin Clunch is the second youngest coach in Division I basketball. Birthday coming up on Wednesday. Nicholls takes the ball the other way. Entry pass, scrambling down there. Ball knocked away. Bears have the steal.
Oh, wow.
And taken right back by Ty Gordon. He'll lay it in.
Oh,
boy,
wow.
Akinjo just had his pocket picked.
Yeah, something you don't see too often. I mean, right now, I feel like Akinjo's kind of struggling right now. He's struggling to find his shot. A little frustrated, a little in his own head because it's not going in. He's had a few tough calls. Let's see if he can play through and shake it off.
6-0 run by Nicholls. Get back within 20 of the Bears. 15:30 mark, second half. There's the alley-oop to Jonathan Chumwa-Chachua. Beautiful pass there that led the alley-oop and puts Baylor back up by 22. Foul on the perimeter. I think that is on L.J. Breyer. Here's the beauty. Flagler to Chachua for the dunk. Back with us in the Farrell Center, Baylor leads Nicholls 57-35. King, we talked in the open of our pregame today about Ty Gordon, leading scorer for this Nicholls team. Well, he has produced big time today.
Yeah, Ty Gordon he can really hoop. He has produced tonight. It's kind of a quiet 16 though. I mean, the first half he had 12, and I wouldn't have been able to tell. It was very quiet.
Yeah, you and I agreed on that. We both looked at the scoreboard or stat monitor and saw that he was their leading scorer with 12. It was a quiet 12. It's now grown to 16. The rest of the team has 19 points combined. Here's Ty Gordon, the Troy transfer with the ball. To Emmanuel Little, step back three. That one is no good. Chachua the rebound for the Bears. Breyer up the floor to Flagler. To Sohan, a head fake. Into the paint, wheels around, up with the left hand, won't fall. Oh, a nifty move there. Ball just wouldn't fall.
That's a tough move right there.
Ball kicked ahead a little bit. Ty Gordon. Give him 18 on the day, even with all that contact. He thought he should have had a chance at a three-point play. Instead, it's two, and it's a 20-point Baylor lead, 57-37, same margin by which Baylor led at halftime. Meyer open for a three. No good off the right rim. Rebound Little, out to Gordon.
Another one? Oh.
Firing away. That one's no good. Matt Meyer. Rebounds on the backside. Sohan steps into a three and nails it from the right wing. Jeremy Sohan on the day now with 11 points on the day. Leading 3 of 5 from three-point range.
That's not a shot you want right there.
Off balance.
It's not a great shot. Oh, wow.
Here's steal, but a foul in the backcourt. That three by Sohan, really smooth-looking shot. That's the thing about those two freshmen, especially Sohan and Kendall Brown. They're just so smooth. They're gazelles the way they run out there, and just a smooth-looking shot.
They both have very mature games. You know, we talked about Kendall Brown, his ability to find people, but take his time when he's playing, not trying to force things. Same thing with Jeremy. You know, he takes what the defense gives him, doesn't try to do too much, doesn't try to force things. The two freshmen are very impressive, and that's just offensively. Defensively, those guys are 6'8", they can move like they're about 6'2", 6'3" on the perimeter, and the length is very impressive. So I like these two young guys, and I think they will be very, very important for the Baylor's success.
It sure would have been great to have Langston Love in that rotation as well. Langston's over there on the bench, has a knee injury that required surgery, and he'll be out this entire year. But we wish the best for Langston. There he is, back row in the camo jacket on the bench after the knee surgery. He'll be back in the future. Bears lead. We're back after this. Baylor dominating in one stat today. They are outscoring Nicholls 27-7 in bench points as Jeremy Sohan steps to the line. He is a big part of that. Misses the first free throw, but 27-7 Baylor advantage there. 11 of those are from Jeremy Sohan, 12 of those from LJ Cryer. So that bench has been a real contributor for the Bears. Sohan gets to 12 points with the made free throw with 13:10 to play.
Now, I think the biggest difference between this year's team and last year's team is the fact that you didn't necessarily need the bench guys last year to produce. I think this year it's key if they want to have success. Like, the bench has to come out here and get about 20 points, 25 points. They have to do that game in, game out, because it's more of a team effort this year instead of, focus on the three guards and who start.
Yeah, that's a good point. Coach Drew referred to it as a starting rotation last year.
Yeah.
Those 8 guys, and really didn't matter which 5 were on the floor first, but really looked at all 8 of those as a starting rotation. A little bit different this year, at least early in the season. As Flagler knifes in and lays it in for 2. There's a turn the ball over at midcourt, led to a layup by Pierce Spencer. 63-39 is the Baylor lead. Into the paint, going against Chachua. Shot no good. Loose ball rebounded by Sohan to Meyer on the run out. And he double dribbled. Meyer.
Maybe I couldn't see from that angle, but
a little bit out of control there. He doesn't argue about it too much. I know you love when we talk about the Mullet brothers. I saw the other Mullet brother before the game, Jackson Moffitt.
Yeah, I see him right there. He's in the crowd right there.
There you go. Jackson not on the team this year, but right back, still here at Baylor. Still rocking the mullet, much to King's chagrin. Pass underneath to Emmanuel Little. And that'll get us to a timeout. 11:50 to play. Baylor 63, Nicholls 39. Back to talk more hairstyles after this. Well, we're talking about them, and there they are, the Mullet brothers back together again. Matthew Meyer on the right, Jackson Moffitt on the left. Told you, he's still got that mullet rocking up there, even though Jackson no longer a member of the Baylor team, focusing on his studies, about to graduate here from Baylor. Nice to see the Mullet bros back together.
He's actually about to go hoop in a school in Houston. It starts next semester. He's going to like a division, I think it's Division 3.
Nice.
He's going to go hoop.
Very good.
He's very excited for that, too.
I tell you what, I love Jackson Moffitt and the the positive attitude that he had with this team the last few years, not just last year.
I just wish he would shoot the ball more when he got into the games. That's not time to pass, Jackson. It's time for you to shoot the ball.
How often do you have to tell a guy at the end of the bench to shoot?
I mean, that just talks about it. That shows his character, though. Yep. How unselfish he is. It's all about the team, but no, be a little selfish when you're in the game.
Wish him the best, Jackson Moffitt. Back to play, Bears up 63-41. Kendall Brown's back in. Brown fires and hits the three-pointer. That'll get him to 11 points on the day. How about 11 points, 5 rebounds, and 8 assists for Kendall Brown at this point in the game.
It's a pretty complete stat line. It's a guy who does it all. What they say about Mark, Mr. Do-It-All, Mr. 9-5. There we go. That's what they called him. Kendall Brown does all the little things.
Emmanuel Little answers for Nicholls. 66-43. Flagler firing a three. Man, that is smooth. Hardly rippled the net cords on the three by Flagler.
It's great ball movement by Baylor. Just the unselfishness, being able to locate the one more time and time again.
Baylor at 40.9% shooting threes in the game today. Pass out. Ty Gordon not shy about it, taking a three, no good. Kendall Brown battles to get the rebound. That last bucket by Flagler got him to 12 points on the day. 4 Baylor players in double-figure scoring, with Thamba at 9 and Kendall Brown sitting at 8. So really balanced scoring by the Bears. Sohan drives in. Foul is called on Emmanuel Little. Exactly 10 minutes on the clock, second half. Baylor with the lead over Nicholls. A couple of other Big 12 teams in action tonight on a Monday. Southern Miss plays at TCU. This Nicholls team will play at TCU coming up on Thursday. And Prairie View plays at Texas Tech tonight. Going to keep up with those games, other games involving Big 12 schools. Pryor with a jumper in the paint. Bears have hit 5 shots in a row now. Builds the lead to 71-43. We should mention the Baylor women in action tonight. Home against New Orleans this evening.
Uh-oh.
There's a steal ahead to Brown. He will jam it with both hands.
Oh, my gosh. He dunks the ball on the way up. Most people dunk coming down. He dunks the ball on the way up.
Kendall Brown gets to double-figure scoring now with 10. They're pouring it on here in the second half, leading by 30 now, 73-43. Steal leads to a dunk at the other end by Latrell Jones. Oh, 73-45 it is. Near steal, Jones. Well, now Ty Gordon does get the steal. He will lay it in. Gets him to 20 points on the day. Talked about Latrell Jones, how active he is, how athletic he is. Really laying it out there, trying to get the steal.
You know, that was just one of those freshman plays by Kendall Brown. I mean, we realize that he is human, and he is a freshman right there based off of that play. Just the 2 bad passes, all the good passes he made, but the 2 bad passes just remind you he still is a freshman, and there will be some growing pains.
Take a moment, drop the perspiration on the floor over there where Jones went sprawling. Really an all-out effort in a 30-point game, trying to get that steal. Here come the Bears, up 73-47 on Nicholls, 8:43 to play. Chachua is back on, Meyer is back on, Dale Bonner is back on the floor. Shot short, run the other way by Latrell Jones. Gordon kicks it out. Jones, a 3 is good. Jones has 7 on the day, his first made 3-pointer. It's Nicholls to 50 on the afternoon, 73-50 Baylor. Well, that floor looks slippery, doesn't it? Guys are sliding along.
Yeah.
Sohan drives in, scoop layup is good. Sohan the rebound on the miss. Bonner has it in the left-hand corner, back out to Matt Meyer. Meyer was sitting at 12 points. Going for 15, won't get it there. Chachua the rebound. Chachua has the ball knocked away and stolen by Emmanuel Little.
That's a good foul.
Midcourt.
Good foul by Jeremy to stop the transition bucket. Smart heads-up play.
That'll get us to a timeout. 7:29 to play. Baylor 75, Nicholls 50. Matinee in the Farrell Center on I'm Going to College Day.
Matt Meyer, one half of the Mullet Bros, putting on a show tonight. 12 points, 50% from the field. Can get it from all 3 levels. I've been really impressed with his ability to drive and find people. but his growth and maturity in his game from when I played with him has gone a long way and has come a long way. Matt Meyer, one half of the Mullet brothers, doing his thing tonight.
Matt Meyer likes playing against Nicholls. Baylor's played Nicholls only once in the past. It was November 16th, 2018. Baylor won 81-54. Matt Meyer had 18 points in 18 minutes in that game.
I remember that game.
As a freshman,
yeah,
remember that?
Yeah, that was one of his first games.
Yep.
And he came in and just got crazy hot. Just started killing. It actually propelled us to go on a win because we were struggling in the first half in that game.
So here he is as a senior now and having another good day. One of 5 Baylor players in double-figure scoring. Matt Meyer with 12. Cryer leads the way with 14. Pass along the baseline here, or the in line, and a foul. Cryer is fouled by Devontae Carter. Well-dressed gentleman on Champions Row hands the ball back to Brett Smith. Baylor leads by 23 with 7:15 to go. Bears led by 20 at halftime, 48-28. James Akinjo looking for his first points of the day, and there they are. Driving layup good by Akinjo. And he slipped. I think there's something with his floor today. There's a block by Kendall Brown. Outlet by Chachua. Brown on the wing to Bonner.
You got numbers on the opposite side. Yeah, you got to look on the opposite side right there. You had 2 wide open guys.
They're set up in the half court instead. Cryer to Bonner, no good on the 3. Open for 3, right side. That one is short. Easy rebound. That's the easiest rebound Kendall Brown will ever get right there. Gives him 7 on the day. Closing in on a double-double, potentially a triple-double for Kendall Brown. He's got 13 points, 7 rebounds, and 9 assists. And there is Cryer with a 3 from the corner.
That was a great pass by John. Ability to locate opposite. A lot of bigs can't do that. Good pass right there by John.
Cryer leading scorer for the Bears with 17. 80-52 the score. Jumper right side. That one's no good by Carter. Rebound Bears with 5:40 to go. James Akinjo to Bonner. He'll shoot 3. No good. Joshua battling for the rebound. Can't get it, but does foul Devontae Carter. Nicholls in the bonus will walk to the near end and shoot free throws. Nicholls has missed their last 4 shots from the floor. The Colonels are at 40% for the game. Baylor at 52%. We've watched that assist total. It's amazing today. 28 assists by the Bears on 33 made field goals. 28 assists, that's getting up there.
Yeah, I think that might, I don't know what the record is, but that sounds like it's pretty close to the record. It has to be.
You know who knows? It's David Kay. We're going to ask David Kay. Akinjo brings it up for the Bears. There's Jonathan Chum with Chachua, setting the screen for Kendall Brown. Akinjo looks to drive, fires it into the corner, off the hands of Flagler and out of bounds. So Nicholls with the ball, 5:08 to play. Baylor comfortably on top, 80-52 over the Colonels. As we mentioned, only the second meeting all time. First one was 3 years ago tomorrow. Ty Gordon tries to get between 2 defenders. He does, but the ball's not with him. Cryer nails a 3 from the left corner.
That's where I think James Akinjo can be special. when he's really a point guard and he's looking to find people, that's when he's at his best. I mean, when he tries to be a scorer, he can score the ball. He's proven that he can score the ball, but that's the next level for him, being able to be a true point guard and be able to find people.
Drive on the baseline, nowhere to go for Caleb Huffman. Ball gets knocked around.
Oh.
Ends up a three by Gordon. Deep three, no good. Follow-up three straight away by Carter is no good.
Why does everybody keep slipping?
That's what I'm saying. There is slipping all over the floor. I don't know what that would be. You know, sometimes you play on floors and it's humidity that leads to a slippery floor. I don't know that we have that today, but there is something out there. Which is a little bit scary. We saw, who was it, Flagler?
Yeah, earlier.
Slip earlier, kind of do the splits when you not intend to do the splits. They dry it up a little bit. Hopefully that's good. And here we go. 4:11 remaining. Bears ball leading 83-52. All right, King, here's the answer from David Kay. School record is 40 assists, team assists, against Hardin Simmons in 2015. You get to 30, that would tie you for eighth in school history. 30. Baylor's 2 away from that with 28 assists on the day. And the lead, 83-52 over the Colonels.
Really? Kendall Brown, the new heralded Mr. Do It All, because he does it all. He's a high flyer. He can get to the cup, but today he's been able to find people. 9 assists, 7 rebounds, and oh my goodness, the poster. And he can even knock down a tray ball. I keep saying it, I'm gonna continue to say it. He reminds me so much of Mark Vital, his ability to do everything on the court. But this right here, his athleticism is what makes him different.
Kendall Brown on the verge of a double-double. Certainly talk of a triple-double with him. 13 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists. Out of Sunrise Christian in his second game in a Baylor uniform. Turnover by Nicholls coming out of the timeout. And dry up that perspiration. Really, anytime anybody hits the deck now.
You definitely have to wipe it up, because if you do not, you definitely don't want to see injuries, especially in a game like this.
Yeah, exactly. There's ball up by 31, 3:40 to play. Baylor and Nicholls here in the Farrell Center. Kendall Brown. Jordan Turner on the floor. He'll fire a 3. No good, left corner. Breakout, pass ahead. That Emmanuel Little a little too much. He saves it in bounds, but backcourt violation. Charging hard was Devontae Carter, trying to get to that midcourt stripe before the ball did. Couldn't quite do so.
Jordan Turner had to make that. Get Kendall Brown his 10th assist.
That would have been it, right?
That would have been his 10th assist.
That's right. Then he gets another chance here. Coach Drew, somebody has made him aware of that stat line. I think that's why Kendall Brown is still on the floor. Brown feeds James Akinjo. Back to Brown.
There we go.
An alley-oop to Jonathan Chumwa-Chachua. That alley-oop will be the 10th assist of the day for Kendall Brown. He's got a double-double now, 13 points, 10 assists, and sitting with 7 rebounds.
What I'm most impressed with about Kendall Brown is the fact that he knows his game so well. Like, he knows what his limitations are. He knows what he can do and what he can't do. So therefore, he keeps the game very simple and does what he has to do to not make himself look that bad. Look what another pass. Oh, he blew that one for him.
Fired it down there to Chachua. Bears on a 10-0 run. It's their 3rd run of 10 or more points today in this game. Chachua will go to the free throw line for the Bears. 2 minutes, 37 seconds left. Zach Loveday and Dane Danger at the scorer's table to check in. So that 10th assist might foretell the end of the day for Kendall Brown. Actually, James Akinjo goes to the bench as Zach Loveday comes in. And Danger must be coming in for Jonathan. Missed the free throw. Jordan missed the putback, and then Jonathan is there for the putback.
That's when you miss the free throw on purpose so you don't come out the game.
That's right. Jonathan now leaves the game. And here is Dane Danger on the floor for the Bears. Here last year, red-shirted, 6'9", 270-pound redshirt freshman from Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Coach Scott Drew. Still coaching from the sideline. Baylor up 87-52. Under 2.5 minutes remaining in this game. And Kendall Brown does stay out there. Three rebounds away from a triple-double today. Oh. Drive and a foul is going to be on Kendall Brown, fouling Caleb Huffman. Bears right now enjoying their largest lead of the game at 35 points, 87-52. 2:12 to play. And Caleb Huffman at the free throw line for the Colonels. The shot is good. Nearing the 2-minute mark remaining in this game. Dale Bonner running the point, brings it up. Bonner turns the corner, drives, layup, no. Danger going for the rebound, can't do it. Ball goes out of bounds. Look at Kendall Brown, his second game in a Baylor uniform. Nicholls playing back-to-back games against Big 12 schools. Baylor today, TCU on Thursday. Nice spinning layup by Latrell Jones. Nicholls is 0 for 10 all-time against current Big 12 schools. Bounce to Danger. Turns, and a charge is called. Takes up some space there. He turned around, didn't have room to
nowhere to go. Gets the ball and boom. Can't even turn around on his pivot. Guy was right there already.
Sporting the pink shoes, Dane Danger. Here we go, minute 15 to play. Drive in, Danger takes the ball away. Here's to Zach Loveday. Zach, the 7-foot sophomore from Ohio. Bonner on the perimeter. To Loveday for the dunk. Dale Bonner the assist. Zach Loveday, his first 2 points of the day. And a driving layup is good at the other end by Caleb Huffman. 89-57 Bears. 45 seconds to play. King, it's going to be, at the end of the day, a dominating win by the Bears to get their record to 2-0 on the season.
Yeah, I mean, we thought this game was going to be hard. They came out, took care of business, did what Baylor's supposed to do.
A lot of energy, even with the 11 a.m. start Central Time. There's Jalen White just on the floor out of Pasadena, Texas. Nails the triple. But really, from the opening tip, not much doubt about this one. Baylor in control the entire way.
Yeah, I mean, unlike the first game, they got out to a fast start. The defensive intensity was there from the jump. I mean, they really did a great job of taking away what Nicholls State likes to do, and that's why we see the score the way it is.
Final 4 seconds click off. Baylor is 2-0 on the season. Bears win over the Colonels with Nicholls today. 89-60 the final score. We're very, very close to the season opener on Friday. It was 87-60 on Friday. Bears win it. They have 5 players in double figures scoring. Kendall Brown with a double-double on the day, 15 points, 10 assists, and he finishes with 9 rebounds. 1 rebound shy of a triple-double.
Kendall Brown was super impressive. The freshman can do it all. The new Mr. 9-5, as I like to call it.
L.J. Cryer leads the way, scoring for Baylor with 20. 18 for Ty Gordon, leading Nicholls. Baylor women in action tonight. We'll have the broadcast beginning at 7 o'clock Central tonight as the Baylor women host New Orleans right here in the Farrell Center. For King McClure, I'm John Morris. So long.